Have you all seen my ranked anxiety video? I consider it to be the best video on my channel. It's something that came straight from the heart, especially as someone who struggled with crippling ranked anxiety from like season 6 to season 11. I made that video wanting to educate everyone on how to master ranked anxiety so you can feel the huge fulfillment of getting the rank that you always wanted. That being said, today's video is going to be a bit of a 180 and something I've been cooking up for a while, especially with my return to ranking and having to relearn everything again. What if I told you that ranked anxiety in the correct dosages can actually be quite a powerful stimulus for ramping up your intensity? It can be integral in supercharging your rank sessions and milk out that sweet LP in the shortest time possible. That's right, Raybees has taken the when life gives you lemons thing to a whole new level. If you guys are new here, my name is Raybees and I'm a solo queue therapist. I make climbing psychology videos and help people have a positive mental. If that sounds cool to you, check out my other videos and join my Discord, both of which are linked in the description below. Now I know full well how crippling ranked anxiety can be. That sinking feeling of wanting to queue up but being terrified of losing LP and having your friends clown you for it is a feeling that a lot of people in the League community unfortunately share. Let me break down quickly the neuroscience behind ranked anxiety. Because of the added social pressure that comes from losing a ranked game, your body's stress response system activates. The amygdala, which regulates the body's fear systems, signals the hypothalamus, which results in the adrenal glands releasing hormones such as cortisol, which is like stress, and adrenaline, which is like the fight or flight response. For a lot of people like me who had trouble queuing up in the first place, the glands release a lot of these hormones, which forces us into not queuing up at all because the fear associated with the loss of LP is so high. This is a major part of the problem. We have gotten to a point where our body treats losing a ranked game in League of Legends with the same urgency and stress as like wandering into some unknown cave at night, like it's some sort of life-threatening event. This sort of overcorrection is why you're suffering so much from ranked anxiety. It doesn't make sense for the body's stress management organs to respond like this when we're talking about winning or losing in a fucking video game. No matter how important League of Legends is to you, this is still way too abnormal and way too much of an overcorrection. Ranked anxiety is such a big problem because people have programmed their brain to view losing a ranked game as some sort of social suicide. Fixing this form of anxiety can be a tricky procedure contingent on how much baggage a player has and how sensitive they are to stuff like LP fluctuations or external judgment. Since fixing ranked anxiety is beyond the scope of this video, feel free to check out my ranked anxiety video to learn the 80-20s or hit me up on Discord to work one-on-one with me to solve it. What is the topic of this video, however, is learning how to harness all those stress and fight or flight hormones into LP. See, I've made some key observations since I've gotten over my ranked anxiety. Ever since I stopped being scared of that queue up button and started ranking normally, my League of Legends has generally improved significantly. I've got to Diamond, started this channel to help other folks like me, and developed a block procedure to allocate my time perfectly for ranking. Everything was good, except for the fact that my ranked game started to feel a bit blasé, like I was just going through the motions. Everything was starting to blend in together. Queuing up for rank didn't feel like the big event that it once did when I was still suffering from my ranked anxiety. I remember those days vividly. I was so scared of losing LP that I would do everything in my power to carry a game. But now I had newfound confidence with queuing up. I had a process to rely upon. I knew that a loss didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And that was a bit of the problem. See, ever since I lost my ranked anxiety, I lost some intensity along with it. I didn't have the extra mental push to keep me going when a game was looking lost because what used to be a life or death scenario with my friends making fun of me was now just whatever. An individual game didn't matter as much as it did before, and while that was good for queuing up and getting games in, it didn't really help me deliver the performances I knew I was capable of. That's when I realized the goal isn't to remove ranked stress and anxiety completely, it's to use a little bit of it for our benefit. Remember those hormones that the adrenal gland releases when you're scared shitless? The cortisol and especially the adrenaline? With a bit of practice, those hormones can actually be used to serve you instead of rule over you. But before I tell you, look at this graph for a second. This is the Yerkes-Dodson law bell curve. It depicts the level of performance when subjected to a gradually increasing level of stress. As you can see, the stress and pressure is actually a good thing up until a certain point until it starts tapering off and becoming counterproductive. In order to get a realistic example of this, think about how our ancestors used to go on hunts. The adrenaline supplied from the adrenal glands helped facilitate their physiology, amping up their heart rate and improving their focus and reflexes for the potentially life-threatening challenge of like hunting a wild mammoth or a boar or something. If our ancestors were scared shitless of going on hunts and stayed in their cave the whole day, they would have fucking died out and neither you nor me would be sitting here right now. There are two very big reasons why they chose to venture out into the wild. Number one is survival. They knew if they sat on their ass, they couldn't feed the tribe on berries and roots alone. They didn't have the time nor energy to worry about what would someone think of me if I made a fool of myself during the hunt? What would someone think of me when I got hurt during the hunt? is literally just go out and hunt or watch your family slowly starve to death. Now, I get it. It's tough to bring out this level of urgency when approaching ranked games. It's not like your family's going to starve to death if you lose 2 ranked games and 40 LP or something. But to tap into the survival instinct and benefit from the positive sides of the Yerkes Dotson curve, start framing ranked games as a hunt. Except your goal isn't to win or lose at the hunt, it's to simply play and come out the other side with any learnings. The reason why a lot of people freeze up when it comes to playing ranked is that they're reacting as if they're the prey and the game is gonna hunt them. This is the problem. Rather, picture yourself as a predator who has to play the game in order to survive. Because if you don't, you'll stay the same ranked as you've always been. And I can tell from personal experience, it's not exactly the type of regret that you want to live with. There was such a deep sense of accomplishment the day I got to Diamond after like 13 years of trying, guys. And it's something seriously worth pursuing. Your ancestors went to hunt so the family can escape hunger. You're going to hunt so you can escape the regret. As we know, the human brain is a lot more sensitive to negative stimuli than positive, and it responds faster and more intensely to it. Start using the survivorship mind frame and watch how locked in you become in your ranked games. Now, I really hope you haven't clicked off the video yet because that's only one side of the coin. Negative stimuli is potent for progress, but it can cause a whole host of other problems down the line, especially when it comes to like sustainability and general mental health. To counteract this, we're going to introduce a positive stimulus as well, which is the reward. The other reason why our ancestors went on those hunts was because the meat that they get from the trip was valuable enough to risk their own lives for it. The reward was worth the risk. How does this apply to your own ranked anxiety? Well, is gaining the LP worth putting yourself through the risk of losing it? You see, most people don't have the purest of intention when it comes to wanting to rank up. I don't mean to call you guys out on this, but you may be one of them actually. Do you want to rank simply because it'll impress your friends? Do you want to rank simply because it'll be an escape from your life? The problem with this and why people, including me, suffer from ranked anxiety is because when you're operating under those motivations, the pursuit of your rank becomes an external motivator. The problem with this and why people, including me, suffered with ranked anxiety is because these are external motivators. You're ranking because you get something else out of it, and that sort of fuel doesn't last forever. That's why you can be anxious and not queue up, because there's something else more important to you than LP or even improvement, and often it's either people's judgment or breaking your escapist fantasy. If you're ranking for the social proof because you care so much about what people think about you, then does it really surprise you that you'll be terrified of losing LP because you care so much about what people think about you? If you're ranking to escape your real life, does it really surprise you that you can't queue up? Because what if you lose and your gaming experience becomes the same as your real life? Guys, the reward has to be worth risking the LP for. It has to be something internally satisfying from the process itself, not something you gain because of that process. The process itself has to always be at the top of the list of your motivations, otherwise you can always find a cop-out excuse for not wanting to rank. Let me give you an example of internal motivation. I love ranking because I love learning how to carry with Tryndamere. Fucking brain dead as he is, he's a very cerebral champion that rewards problem-solving skills and thoughtful map deployment. That process is inherently satisfying for me, and while yes, I have other external reasons for playing ranked, that one reason alone is why I can keep queuing up with intensity day in and day out. Put simply guys, it's perfectly normal to be a bit stressed and anxious when you're pursuing something that's worth the time. By having both a positive stimuli to run towards and a negative stimuli to run away from, you will achieve maximum mental velocity needed to achieve that higher tier of intensity. You want some ranked anxiety because those useful hormones that gets pumped into your bloodstream can enhance you physiologically and give you that ancient form of intensity. The trick is to be cognizant of this whole process so it doesn't overwhelm you and realize that the body naturally feels a bit of stress and anxiety when it's pursuing something valuable and useful. It's not something to run away from, it's something to run into. Doing so will make you more fulfilled with the quality of your performances and make your grind much more meaningful and fun. That's it from me in this video, guys. This one was a bit heavy, it had a lot of neuroscientific jargon in it, and I hope I simplified it enough for you guys to follow along and actually come away with key takeaways. If you guys have any questions or need further clarification, just feel free to drop by my Discord. If you guys made it this far into the video, help your boy out with a like and subscribe for more League of Legends psychology videos. I've linked my original ranked anxiety video as well as my general mindset playlist, so you guys can peruse them to find similar psychological videos like this in your own time. I'll see you guys there. Peace.